So when somebody is doing this to you, they are using your trust, your sensitivity, your vulnerability, your kindness, your empathy, compassion as their power supply. They are basically exploiting all of your amazing gifts and talents against you. Because really, it is a gift to be vulnerable. It is a gift to be sensitive. It is a gift to be intuitive. It is a gift to be connected with yourself authentically and honestly, being yourself and not asking for any sorts of approval or validation or attention from others, because you are so fulfilled from within. But with these people, which are usually narcissistic, they do not have any regrets to be using everything against you. So the more you open up to them, or you break off no contact, for example, you are giving them access to your life again. You're giving them your attention again. They are using all of that to their advantage. So please know that you have not done anything wrong, because again, how people treat us is always a reflection of them, and if they have issues within them, it's going to be showing. And one way that they are showing it that they have issues is that they are using your niceness, kindness, your trust, everything that you have against you. Like it's something wrong, like it's something toxic, when it is really not. The world needs more kindness. The world needs more nice people, if you ask me. It's not wrong to be nice, actually. It is wrong to be toxic. So those toxic people have taught us that, you know, being nice, being kind gets you used and abused. And yes, I'm against this sort of thinking because, you know, I see it from the sensitive person's angle because I am one. So my point is to be empowering the sensitivity from within, because you need that. You need to be empowered from within. You cannot be ashamed anymore. You don't deserve to be ashamed anymore. So those people, especially if you have had narcissistic parents, narcissistic loved ones, narcissistic partners in your life, they have been doing that to you. They have been shaming you, making you feel like you are the toxic one. But it is all gaslighting. They have been blindsiding you so that you would not be yourself and live your life and move forward. They want to keep you under their thumb, under their control and power, so that they can just use and abuse you for their advantage. That is crazy, but that is how it is. That is how it goes. They exploit everything that is good about you against you. So if you have told them vulnerable issues from your past, for example, told them, confided in them with something, they will be using it against you to make you powerless. They want you to be powerless. And, this is the whole point. This is the whole plan and goal. And we have to acknowledge that we live in a spiritual world, that these demonic entities exist. They are true. They are a part of this reality that we live in this world, on this planet Earth. It is simply just so. We cannot turn our backs on it, because we have to understand who we are, and we have to understand who they are being, so that we can actually remain sane and healthy. Because you're not being fully sane and healthy if you are constantly living in fear and shame, and you cannot be yourself. And this was my struggle for most of my life, so it's been so much work, yes. And as you can know, it's still been continuing, because I've been still attacked by these sorts of people. Like I have been talking in my videos If you're interested, feel free to watch more of my content, my videos. Of course, I do appreciate that. If you feel that you need more, if you're interested in this topic, when you are attacked all the time, because these narcissistic people, they can be everywhere. They seriously can be everywhere, like I've been witnessing the hard way as well. Because, you know, of course I did not believe that. I mean, as you know, as earth angels, especially empaths, highly sensitive people, we see the good in people. So this is the trap again, because we think that everybody is so good and so nice and, you know, so trustworthy. So it's really a shock to your nervous system, shock to your mental health, destructing your mental health when you have this rude awakening that this is not true. And it took me a really long time to really understand and learn about this. And I had to do that, of course, by myself again, because nobody was there to tell me about these things, really. So, yeah, for the longest time, I had this programming, this false belief that everybody's so kind, everybody's trustworthy, everybody's nice, no matter how much I was abused and bullied. I still have that. I, of course, still have that within me, yes. But now I have more common sense as well, because, you know, things have been so tough, and things can be so tough, unfortunately, apparently, yes. Because, you know, we cannot be choosing who is attacking us and when. And apparently, the more you have the Holy Spirit within you, the more you believe in Jesus, you might get attacked even more. I think because I have been doing this work more to connect with the Holy Spirit and Jesus Christ, I think, yes, it brings a lot of empowerment and you know, all those good things into your life. But also, it can bring these attacks because somehow the spiritual world, you know, because it's all around us, it's within us and around us, there's always somebody watching. So, especially with us chosen ones, because there can be these monitoring spirits apparently, for example. So it's like they are passing on these messages like, oh, look at her, she's choosing Jesus. Let's attack her. Let's destroy her faith. This is seriously what it has felt like to me and seems like to me. It is so painful when they try to destroy my faith and everything that I've been building throughout my life. So it really hurts when they try to destroy my peace, because they try to destroy my health as well. And of course, as a trauma survivor, a trauma victim, you know, like I've been saying, we need peace, because you cannot be healing without it. Your nervous system cannot heal without it. If you are not able to relax and breathe and cultivate peace of mind in your life, your nervous system cannot heal, because, you know, you're so used to walking on eggshells and being in panic and pain. So that should not be anybody's reality. That is not a healthy way to live. If you're always in stress and panic and fear, just imagine what it's doing to your brain and to your body, to your health. It's no good. Stress is one of the most common symptoms and one of the most destructive energies that there are to the body, to the mind, because you cannot even sleep in the worst case, and you cannot have any sorts of peace of mind. And on top of that, if you have brain fog, for example, from narcissistic abuse, and, you know, you're so blinded to believe all of that gaslighting, your mental health and your physical health are seriously suffering. And of course, even more so for that reason, because you are sensitive. So this is why I cannot stop amplifying these things, how important it is to be able to actually rest and sleep and take care of yourself. You are tired, you are exhausted. Your mind, body, spirit, everything about you, your soul is exhausted when you have been abused and bullied all your life and disrespected. And if it is still continuing. So I just want to, I just want to give you my honest support, and this was just coming to me that I wanted to share, that, that is what they do. They exploit you, and abuse is never the victim's fault. And I cannot stop saying that because it is so powerful. I would have needed someone to tell me these things, but I had to learn them the hard way, by myself. Digging deep within, finding the answers from within. So yeah, it's been very eye-opening, but it's also a lot of work, and that is why, I just wish that those of you who are my soul people, that you have an easier path. Because, this is no joke. When it seems like everything is against you and you cannot go anywhere, you cannot do anything. People are just being mean to you and disrespecting you, and it's like full-time work to be blocking them off and observing who you can trust. So it is work. So, as they say, trauma victims are not lazy. You are a survivor. Trauma is a serious issue. It's not anything to be overlooked. It is something that needs healing, and it needs attention. It needs love and care and compassion and empathy. True healing is about empathy and compassion. Seriously, you're validating all of those feelings that you're going through. You're validating, you're being your own helper. So it's really just that. So it's nothing to be ashamed of, or to be gaslit or, hurt even more. But those toxic people, they do nothing but want to hurt you even more, when, even if they already know that you've been traumatized, they have no problem, because, they enjoy seeing you hurt. That is their power supply. So it is just, psychopathic. I really want to call it psychopathic, because it really feels like that. It definitely does. Because they play with your whole mental health and physical health with your life. So it's no wonder if somebody is feeling like they're going crazy, or they are suicidal because of this. Because, who can stand a life like this, seriously? I don't think it's fair at all, that these these sorts of things happen, and especially to good people who would do nothing to hurt others, and who actually take accountability and responsibility of their mistakes. But they don't. So yes, it is what it is. And so if there is anybody in your life who is disrespecting you and putting you down, they do not belong to your life. You don't need to be listening to that. You don't need to be letting them hurt you. You have to discover your own way to handle these situations. And as said, I'm here to help. So if you need more one-on-one help and support, encouragement, and you're interested in hearing more tools and working through these things with me, yes, that is what I'm here for. But I do believe that everybody basically has to work their own way through it. But I'm here to help you as your coach. I'm here to provide that safe space, and that you can find your own ways to, to be able to cope and handle things, and you know, because situations can vary, and you know, these things can happen out of the blue. So yeah, support support is very welcome. I would say would have been to me, definitely. So I just wanted to reach out and record this reminder, if you need to hear this, that it's never your fault if they disrespect you, and you have to be teaching them that you're not accepting that. Because some people apparently will try us. Some people just try you, and they think it's okay to walk all over you and use you and abuse you and, you know, take advantage of you and everything that you have to give. So